necessity is the mother of innovation.
Yeah.
And I think me making all these things like One Shot, Pipeline, A Night to Remember, even the stuff that I'm like currently working on, I think it came from me getting tired of waiting
for that audition.
For the audition or that casting director to be like, oh yeah, no, like, yeah, I like you. Like, when I could just do it myself. I'm gonna ask you a question and you're gonna fucking hate it.
Okay.
But it's because I realize I do not know this about you.
Okay.
What got you into acting?
Honestly, like, when I look back at it, I don't know specifically like why I decided to do it.
Right.
But there was a drama club in my elementary school, and I feel like it had to be like peer pressure or something. Like my friends were doing it, so I'm like, oh, I'll do it.
Right.
But I do remember going home and asking and being like, hey, like, this is something that I'm interested in doing. And my older sister, her name's Kayla, she was like, well, you know, you're gonna have to like, you know, be mad or be able to be sad or like, and we walked through like some exercises of like, oh, be mad, and then I was like, like she really was like coaching me through it, because I was also really shy at the time too, so like I was kind of out of left field, like really like, why am I doing this? I don't know. But when I did it, then I realized, oh, I like this.
Heard.
But more like, I feel like it was like young person ego wise in a way, where there was like, okay, I like the attention of it.
Okay.
Versus recognizing that there's like a craft behind it and that there's like some humanity in it, like versus just being like, I'm on stage and people are looking at me, like.
Right.
But yeah, that was what it was originally.
What was your first show?
Well, it wasn't really like, I'm assuming it was something that like people go online and look up plays for kids. Like it wasn't like a real like.
Oh, like it wasn't like an actual.
It had to be fake. But it was something like a princess story, and I played a mirror, and so so they had me in a cardboard suit. It was like a like all black underneath, cardboard like hanging around my neck with foil all over it.
Okay.
So that was the mirror, and I had one line, and it was like something that rhymed because it was like a fairy tale story, and that was it.
Just one line?
Just one line. And the rest of it was like they kind of put a lot of pieces together. And so like it was like a showcase of sorts. And I did like some ensemble stuff in that, but I didn't have like any other lines. I just was maybe like moving stuff around or like in the background. Like, yeah, give me extra.
What grade?
I had to be 9-year-old, fourth grade.
Fourth grade?
Yeah.
Fourth grade.
Yeah. So it's been a while. I'm 22, so.
Oh, wow. You've been acting much longer than I have.
Really?
Yeah.
When did you start?
I started at 15. Technically.
That's dope, because you're really good. So
thank you.
You learn quick.
I wanted to be an actor since I was 10, though.
Oh.
Okay, so some context. I grew up with two parents in the medical field. Mom's a nurse, dad's a respiratory therapist. So I naturally thought...
Giving.
Yeah. But because of that, I thought, oh, damn, I have to be a doctor.
Right.
So like from like 8 to 10, I was like doctor.
Wow.
Even though like over here I was like, that's kind of fucking cool. Like they do voices and shit. Cause I watch a lot of cartoons and anime.
Right.
And so I remember saying doctor. And they were like, yes, doctor. Yes,
that's what we want to hear. Yeah.
And then in hindsight, I do think it was out of nowhere. I came in one day, I was like, I think I want to do voice acting. They were like, what the fuck? They were like,
so let's go back to
doctor.
Giving doctor.
And so on the low, I kind of taught myself how to act. By like just copying what I saw in cartoons or on TV, but would just do it like in the cut, like where no one would see me.
That's real. That's real.
Like,
I have way too many fake audition tapes that nobody's ever going to see in this life. Yes.
My dad did catch me doing it one time. And I remember he was peeking around the corner. He was like, what are you doing? I was like, no, I'm just like, he was like, are you doing that acting thing? I was like,
Now he caught you in 4K.
He
knew exactly what you was doing. He's like, that acting thing you doing?
It was so embarrassing. But so I officially joined because like you, I was too shy to actually join in middle school. But I thought it was always cool. But then 10th grade, I got like peer pressured into it.
Oh.
They were like, Terrence.
See, sometimes it works.
It does. Peer pressure is not bad inherently.
Right.
Depends
now
on
when you're like, oh, let's go jump off this bridge, y'all. Like, let's go do these drugs, y'all. Like, it's giving a little. Maybe not.
But I think if it wasn't for the fact that they were like, hey, go do this thing.
Right.
It would not have it wouldn't have happened because I don't think. Oh, okay, maybe not. It wouldn't have happened. Maybe not then.
Yeah,
maybe
but
not.
You also don't know when it would have happened after that.
Exactly.
Like if you would have come up with the idea on your own and been like,
Exactly.
I'm gonna actually follow through on it. Like it might not have happened.
Because the only thing I told myself I was gonna do was take theater class, and I was like, I'm just gonna do theater class. That's it. And then they were like, oh, so you can act, so like do drama. I was like, so I got to get on stage and like perform in front of people.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, and I just ever since then it's just been nonstop.
That's real.
Yeah.
Do you think that like, what do you think you would have been doing if that never happened? Like, do you think you would have come to that conclusion by this point, or do you think like, oh yeah, I would have been on my doctor stuff. I would have had that white coat on.
No. These videos are gone. They're wiped.
Okay.
They're like unlisted. But I had a YouTube channel where I was doing like voiceover stuff the summer before I joined drama.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to put those public.
They're never going public. I listened to a few months ago. They're so bad. Because I just have my phone in my closet and they're so bad.
I mean, like, but also you gotta think for the time, for the age, for the, like, you gotta give some grace.
Not that much grace.
Okay.
They're bad.
No, ain't no grace for me. Ain't no grace for me.
They're bad. So I do think eventually I would have joined drama. I don't think I would have. The doctor thing was out when I saw my first broken bone. And that was at like age 12.
You broke a bone?
No, I didn't break a bone.
You just saw a broken bone.
I saw a broken bone.
Oh, God.
It was like this video on YouTube and this guy ran into a wall and like broke his toe. And ever since then, I've been like mortified of broken bones. Like it's a legitimate fear.
Yeah.
Like a legit fear. So yeah, I think I would have joined eventually.
That's real.
Eventually.
Maybe. Well, I mean,
we'll never
it
know.
happened. We'll never know.
We'll never know.
You got a time machine? Or?
I mean, oh my God, I'm thinking, no. I probably would have joined the volleyball team.
Well, that's okay.
I only say that because I almost started the first boys volleyball team in my high school.
Really?
9th grade, I played volleyball and got like really good at it. And this guy was like, why don't we start the volleyball team? I'm like, let's fucking do it. Then he left.
Damn.
And then I was like, well, I'm not starting this by myself.
Right.
So, but I probably would have been a volleyball player.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's dope too. I mean, like, that's another. No.
I love volleyball. Okay. I just don't think it's better than acting.
I would agree, but also I'm not a volleyball player. I've never played volleyball. So
have you ever played sports?
Well, I never played like a formal sport. I know like growing up I really wanted to. But you know, it just kind of wasn't the time. Like my mom kind of was like, "Oh, just wait till you get to middle school." And then by middle school, I was like, "I don't want to do this no more." Right. Like, so it just kind of. I wanted to do soccer and I wanted to run track because I also was like in like an elementary school range. I was very fast and I was like one of the fastest girls and I was one of the most athletic girls at that time. Obviously, like I can't really. I was 8. Like, yeah, of course I was like. But right now, I'm like, you wouldn't catch me. You actually wouldn't catch me on the soccer field today. But I did do step. So like that is the most like sport adjacent thing that I can say that I've done. I was on the step team for my 8th grade year in middle school and then freshman and sophomore in high school. Yeah.
Why'd you stop?
Oh, that's a whole thing. It kind of just, I think I was really young, so I was still dealing with a lot of stuff emotionally, and like I think I kind of, we all were kind of like losing our passion for it at the time, and because we weren't able to just articulate like, hey, this is kind of how we are hoping as a team we can kind of move forward. Right. It kind of just fell apart. So from that we were just like, all right, well, you leaving, I guess I'm leaving. I guess, and then it just kind of disbanded itself. But I think if we had a little more like emotional maturity at that time, we could have just came to the coach and been like, hey, like this is how we feel, and articulated it in a, you know, I guess mature manner, and like been able to kind of work through some of the problems that were happening at the time. But like when I look back on it, that was like the best time of my life. Like really, literally, like I think I did myself a disservice by not going to a school where I could like pledge for a sorority. Like, yeah, and like do step in college, like, because I'm like, that was actually those performance days I was more hyped for than some acting performances sometimes. Yeah.
Are you for real?
It depends on the show. But like, yeah, I mean, it's a different type of energy.
Yeah,
like it's a lot more adrenaline because like you're obviously moving the entire time.
Yeah.
So like your body is like fully invested into everything. And obviously some shows you're not as, I guess, physical in that way. Mm-hmm. So like it's maybe a lot more emotional work.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're more excited to like dance to some good music and like have a good time than you are to like, okay, I gotta go cry on the stage every night. Like, you know, even though that has its place too, and it also has like some fulfilling qualities to it too, it's still not like, I guess, the same intensity as it would be for step and stuff.
Yeah, I guess I can attest to that because I did show choir in high school.
Really?
Yeah.
I need the video.
No,
I need the videos. I did show choir performance. You got solo?
I had 2 solos.
Okay, yeah, run that back. Oh, yeah. We need to insert that clip right now.
No, that clip. I don't know where that clip is.
Oh, you need to find it.
I will never find it.
Yeah, you'll find it.
I have pictures.
Oh, I need the pictures too. Insert the pictures too.
I'll send the pictures.
Yes.
Because we wore black pants, white button up, and a purple vest.
Oh, I need the pictures. Oh God, I need
2 solos.
The pictures.
The one song was I think "Keep Holding On" was the one I had a solo in, and then "We Will Rock You" I had a solo in. And
you need to find the videos,
they gave me the solo for "We Will Rock You." They had me do it, and I did it, and I was like, "Wow, that fucking sucked." And I did it in front of the whole class. And then the only time I ever asked, like, "Hey, can I do that again?" He was like, "You don't have to. Like, I was going to use you anyway," because back in high school,
giving vocals, yeah.
My voice was raspy in high school.
Mm-hmm.
It's still a little raspy now. Like I have a certain texture to my voice that like fit that song.
Yeah, because it's a rock song. Like
he was like everyone else just sang it,
and you put something in it.
Yeah, like,
you put your foot in that song. Yes, you was giving soul.
I don't know what I was giving, but it was enough for him to be like, "Hey, you're gonna do this, so you don't have to do it again." He was like, "I just want you to sing it with this girl."
Okay.
I was like, "Okay." So we did it together, and I could tell everyone was like, "How the fuck did he get that fucking solo?" But I don't think he was looking for it to be the most melodic sound.
Right.
He just needed it was a lot of musical theater kids in there,
right?
So they were trying to turn it into a musical theater song. It was like "We Will Rock You." He was like, "I need to hear like the youthfulness of the song."
Right.
I was like, "Holy shit!" So I got it, and it was actually really fun. Show choir was really fun, actually.
Yeah, I auditioned for it. We didn't have one for the entire 4 years I was there until my senior year. But it was like an early bird class, so they had it before school started.
Show choir was before school started?
Before school started.
In high school?
In high school. Oh, so if school started at 9, show choir was like at 8. And I'm like,
that's disgusting.
Who's getting there at 8? Who getting there at 8 to do show choir? No. Who getting there at 8 to sing and dance? I'm won't be me. I mean, like, some people did. And I honestly think it was, when I looked at it, I was like, damn, that's so fun. Like, because I auditioned for it and I got into it. It was just one of those things where I also was in a specialty center. So I lived 30 minutes away from my high school anyway. And so, like, my mom wasn't dropping me off at 8 so I could be there. Like, that just was not in the plans. But I would take the bus and I would get there around, like, 8:20. So, like, I would get there early, but, like, not early enough for when the class started. So I would be late every single day. And I would miss probably 20 minutes of whatever they were doing. If they were learning a new dance, learning a new song, I would miss all of that. So, like, it just was never going to work. But also, like, I didn't want it.
You didn't want it to work.
To work in the sense that, like, why am I going to be up already way earlier than I would need to?
But you had step experience, so you could have caught up fast.
In theory, yeah. And I think it also would have been good for, I guess, getting me more comfortable with singing. Because that wasn't something that I was... I'm still not comfortable with that either. Yeah, it's just not my thing. But, like... Yeah. I know that, like, even just doing the audition helped me a little bit because like, the audition was in front of my peers and stuff like that too. So, like, that helped me just get a little more confidence in it. And I know that, like, being in show choir would have helped me, like, learn steps faster, like, dance steps faster and learn more things about singing and more things about more different songs and stuff like that too. Yeah. Like, it would have exposed me to a lot of stuff. But also just wanted to see if that thing was after school, I'd been in there.
My hours were after school. So, like, that probably helped. But I don't know.
If it was after school, I definitely would have done it.
Well, it was after school and, like, during the summer. Like, 2 weeks before school started, we would go and, like, learn the entire fall set. So there was a fall set, if I remember correct. There was a fall set that we did from September to December. And then we came back and learned a spring set.
Wait, how many years were you in show choir? 1. Okay, what year is this again?
Senior
year. Okay.
Because they nabbed me from the fact I did a musical. I was in theater, I was in drama, and we did musicals. Oh. So they were like, oh.
What musical did you do?
My first musical was Seussical.
Oh.
Yeah, okay.
Oh.
And then we did High School Musical.
Oh, no, you didn't. No, you did not.
Heights.
Okay, I knew about In the Heights.
Everyone knows about In the Heights.
Yes. Who were you in High School Musical? Yo, now you gotta out yourself. Who was you in High School Musical, bro?
Next question.
Who was you in high school? That's my next question. Who was you?
I was Troy. But I will say that was the...
I need the videos, bro.
No, that will... Unless someone leaks that shit. And I will find you. That will never see the light of day.
Okay.
That was probably up through like the beginning of my acting career, like the biggest failure I had ever had, because I didn't have vocal training. And for the musical version of it, the actor who plays Troy is like high tenor, if not like alto at some time. So I'm like, y'all, I cannot sing this. Right. And they're like, well,
too bad.
You're the one who we cast.
Well, why didn't they like change keys for you then? Considering, like, especially because he has like Get Your Head in the Game, right? Is that a solo song in the musical? Okay, stage musical at least. But they couldn't take it down
to transpose it, because I could be wrong, but I think transposing it would have just been a lot of extra work. So or either that, or we decided, hey, maybe we should transpose this too late. So by the time I started singing lower, because like my voice was just shot, the music and my voice were clashing, because it's like, well, he's singing that low, but the key is high. Here, yeah. So it was hard. It was really, I don't think I've ever actually talked about this. That knocked my confidence a lot.
Yeah.
Early on. That was like maybe year 2 of me.
All right,
acting.
Don't leak it, y'all. Don't leak it.
I mean, if you do,
I'll find you. Don't leak it.
But it was hard because, that was the first time I had ever felt like I let my entire cast down. Like the entire cast. Because it's like, they cast me because they were like, your acting was really good. We can work on your singing. I'm like, okay, cool.
Right.
But there were times where I'm like, hey, this is too high. This is just too high. And I hadn't really learned what vocal care was. I hadn't learned about proper breathing exercises. Like, if we had did that show now, I could probably do it. But then, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
But I also feel like that's just a thing with high school theater too, is that you're learning what to do and like how you feel doing it, and like the things that you'll need to take in for the next time if you plan to continue doing it. But also, like, I didn't really learn true vocal care until the last show that I did in college. So
Henry V?
Yes, Henry V.
Really?
Yes, and I wasn't even singing, but the amounts of like text that I was like articulating every night, and like in the passion that it has to go behind it, specifically with Shakespeare, you have to articulate really, really well because it's already difficult to understand to most people who are not familiar with it.
Yeah.
And so with that, it's like my voice was shot. Week of the show, couldn't say nothing.
You told me that.
Maybe I did.
I think you told me that in one shot, and you were like worried that you couldn't get it back.
Oh yeah, I was crying the week of, like, and like, but also like, to myself, like I went to the director one time. I was just like, I don't know what's gonna happen. It was like the Tuesday, we opened on Thursday, 2 days before we opened. He's like, well, you got to do it, and like I was like, okay. I walked away, and I talked to like the assistant director, and now I'm crying, now I'm bawling, and he's like, okay, just because this person was also a singer, like a musical theater person, so like he knows like vocal care in that way. But mind you, like I've been taking like however many classes prior to that, and like and studying stuff about the voice, but not really understanding like what are the things that you actually truly need to do, because I didn't yet meet a show that required you to actually do it. Because everything beforehand, you could like, all right, yeah, I can just do the show. I don't have to like prepare in the same ways that I had to for this role. But then realizing after you prepare, I'm like, or I have to go through the act of preparing for that. You're like, why didn't I do this before for the other show where I was, you know? So like I had to do like vocal warm-ups and stuff beforehand that I didn't like, I maybe used to do for fun, like, or like just like for class sake, but not like as a ritualistic thing before performing. Like I was like, oh, I have to do this vocal warm-up or nothing's coming out of my mouth tonight. And then I have to do the like cough drops. I had cough drops in between the show. Like anytime I could go off stage, cough drop in my mouth.
Me too.
I swallow that thing right before I go on, and I'm like, all right, here we go, I'm ready. Like,
me too.
Yeah. So it's like, but I never had to do that before. So I'm like, it'll get to the point where like you I guess we learn as we go. Really, you
learn as you go. And like I think I needed that experience for High School Musical in the sense of, one, it taught me vocal care, but I think it was a quick way to humble me fast in the sense of, up to that point, because it's high school, you're a big fish in a small pond, but I was getting cast in this lead role, that lead role, this lead role, that lead role. And I feel like if it wasn't for High School Musical, there could have been a version of Terrence that was like, oh, I'm better than everybody in this bitch. But to get a role and then hilarious. Like fumble at it, it humbles you. It's like, okay, no one's too big to fall.
Oh, definitely.
And like just like you, like I had throat coat waiting for me off stage. Like in between songs, I'm running off stage. Yeah. It was the most taxing show I've ever done to date. No, it's a toss up of In the Heights and High School Musical.
Yeah, In the Heights is hard too, though. In
the Heights was a lot, but it was much more fun. Everything that I fucked up on in High School Musical, I fixed in the Heights.
That's good though.
So I was like,
I know that has to be like fulfilling.
It was the most fulfilling thing ever.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I know a lot of people came probably to see In the Heights after High School Musical and were like, why is
this guy again? This guy again? No, real.
But they were like, oh shit. Like even my parents were like, yeah, you grew a lot. I was like,
that's good though. Like, because my lead role in the musical was also in the same vein of Troy. But I let it go. I let it go and let it die. I was in Carousel, right?
In high school?
In college. Mind you, all of my experiences where I'm like really like finding things, I feel like have happened way, way later, where I probably should have learned something like that a little sooner. Because even I was I was a junior in college with the musical thing too. So like I'd done a musical, but I was in an ensemble, like dance ensemble, and I was mainly dancing, so I didn't have to worry about like I had no solo, or I maybe had a solo or two, but like it was like not difficult to sing in that way.
Got it.
So I didn't have to, and it also like it was one line. If I mess it up, we move to the next line, and then we act like it didn't happen. Like, you know, it was no like full song that I'm singing by myself.
Right.
That didn't happen until college, where I'm like, but I feel like I was blessed with the fact that the director was so keen on like, I want you to do this because the acting wise, like that usually is how it happens, where like they're like, you're such a good actor, we can work on the singing. But mind you, this singing is like golden age soprano. This is not
this isn't something that can be taught in like
I tried, don't get me wrong. I tried because I was taking vocal lessons like maybe a year before that, and then I was just kind of like, I realized I didn't really like it. It stressed me out in a way that like, because I have no vocal care, like, or I didn't really know vocal care, and I had no real singing experience prior to that. I was having to work on, you know, like how I want to try to sing these songs and do it in a way that was like, I guess, healthy. But because it was hard, and like that's just me being me, where I'm like, it's hard, and also like it's not my passion. So like if it was something like, I guess, more adjacent to like what I really, really want to do, like if I was like, I really want to do musical theater, I really want to be a singer, I would have kind of worked a lot harder at it. But because I'm like, this is stressing me out, I ain't good at it, I'm gonna stop doing it. Right. Like, and then this opportunity comes along, and they're like, I really want you to do this. Like, I really need you to do this. Like, and I'm like, but I can't do this. And I had to get back in vocal lessons. But mind you, at this point, I get back in it. I got like a few months to get this together. It never got together. But he at least was like, his name was Aiden. Aiden was at least like so keen on I guess dropping keys for me, like transposing stuff. And to the point where like this show, it's like me singing it sounded nothing like what it actually sounds like on this soundtrack. Like, but he was so willing to like, we'll drop this all the way to the ground for you to sing. If you gotta, it sounded like an R&B track, some of these songs I'm singing. Like literally, like I feel like it's smooth and sultry. This is not at all how Rodgers and Hammerstein was like, I want this to sound. Like not at all. But like I think it also was a lesson in like, sometimes you just got to keep going. Yeah. Because at least when you're singing it, if it sounds bad, you guys still got to sing the next line. You have to keep going. And it's not, it just was a thing where like, I felt really confident about the acting, but the singing, I was just like, I'd rather, can we just cut the song? Like, or let me do the song as a monologue. Let me do the song as a monologue. I don't know. Yeah. But I think that show was easier because it wasn't sung through. It was at least a lot of scenes that I could like really sink into. Yeah. And I only had one solo song, and then I had some like a duet. And I was like, thank God, this is great. But the duet was like 10 minutes. So like really like I think it kind of like evened out. It evened out really, but I don't know. It was scary. And I think I needed to do it to show myself that I could do it and I had the capacity to get through it. Yeah. But my voice was tired. Like, and I wasn't doing any, like I had no cough drops, no throat coat, no nothing, no tea, no. Oh, nothing. You were raw dogging that whole thing. I'm like, I don't know how I got through it. Cause I'm sitting here like I can hear my voice getting tired in the moment. Yeah. And I'm just like, I'm trying my hardest and I'm just like, I literally have nothing else to give, but I'm gonna try. Like at this point, like after the 4 shows was done, I was like, I can't do this ever again. Like, thank God. Like, but it also was a good experience. Like I did enjoy like the show and doing it and like telling the story. It just was like, that let me know that once I just needed to do it once. And now I know like, I ain't gotta do that. I ain't gotta do that again. I really don't have to do that again.
Yeah, I would love to do a musical again. Actually. But it'd have to be after vocal lessons. Because also what I learned while doing High School Musical was, and this can kind of like get into like comparison of other actors, everyone else could like sing every day like it was nothing.
Which got on my nerves. Like y'all sounding like this. But also they've been training since they were 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And I had none. So it was also like, why? And then as I'm watching, like I watched it back. And I noticed my voice is like deep. Like my natural speaking was like down here because it's so tired. And I'm like, wow. And then I learned that during that whole process, I was suffering from acid reflux, as well as I have I would think currently called ego syndrome, which means the hyoid bone in my neck protrudes into some part of tissue.
Yeah, doctor.
I read this off of the document they gave me. Okay. And so it protrudes and it causes vocal fatigue much faster than someone who doesn't suffer from it.
Really?
Yes, and it cannot be fixed at this age because I'm too young. And it's
What's like the age limit for it?
For one, they're like, you shouldn't even be going through this at this age.
Damn.
I was like, oh shit. Okay. Like, so what's the fix, doc? He was like,
don't sing.
Live with it.
Yeah.
He's like, you're gonna live with it. I'm like, fuck. So that made me feel better that I was able to get through, like years later in retrospect, I was able to get through In the Heights, get through High School Musical with a compromised like endurance. But I would love to figure out how to work beyond it because I still work on my voice. I still do voiceover. Right. And just, I don't want this to limit me in what I do. Especially like when I compare to like other people who don't struggle with this, and it's like, well, fuck. Like I wish I had your like vocal endurance, but I don't. But I don't know. Yeah.
Well, I guess it also just goes to show that like you're able to do it even despite everything. Yeah. So it's like that in itself tells you like you got it. Like it's you got it. So and it'll be harder. It's just one of those things where like it'll be that much more gratifying when you do it. Cause you know it's gonna get done regardless. For sure. It's just one of those things where like it'll take a lot more work and it'll take a lot more practice, but it's like it's gonna happen.
If you had the time and the training, would you do another musical?
It depends on the musical, and I think specifically for that one, I would just like I don't think that fit my voice in any capacity. Yeah, High School Musical
even didn't fit me at all.
After lowering it. So like even after you lower it, it's still like this sounds bad, girl. It sounds bad, and like I think if there was some, and I don't know what exists out there right now that I'm like, oh, I could do that today.
Heard.
Like, there's some stuff that I'm like, I just can't sing it. I just can't sing it. Like, this is my truth. I'll try. I'll be in that shower trying all day, but it's not like with my voice right now today. And I guess you asked like specifically with like vocal training, like what, I guess with vocal training, maybe. But I also think, because I did another musical after that one where it was called Working.
Yes.
Yeah.
All y'all were in that.
Oh yeah, we was deep in Working. Yeah. But like the thing about that musical is that like that one was filled with a lot of monologues too. So it's like there's certain, because it basically depicts like the working class of people, and like each person has like a different job that they're talking about or singing about or whatever. Right. And so like I was doing monologues throughout it instead of having solo songs. And then I was also just like in the ensemble. And I'm like, that, I could do that. That I like. Like where there's like, but not a lot of musicals are shaped like that, where there is like elements of like this person really is here to act and maybe dance, if you know what I mean, or maybe sing, you know, like there isn't a lot of that, or even just like a lot of roles for like women who do not have a singing part that are just in the musical. That's usually like a man thing. Like a lot more men have like oh, they're just a character in there but they don't have to sing. I'm like, I fucking wish.
Oh shit. Damn. Oh, so the peanut gallery got jokes. Okay, I got one too. How funny would it be for me to break this fucking window if someone doesn't help me? I think it would be hilarious. Hey. You're not breaking shit. That's coming out of your 3K. Then you help me, D. Get your ass over there, Will.
Good grief. All right, it's open. Now close it. You feel better?
I've never considered myself a theater kid.
Okay.
I was always just a kid who just happened to do theater.
Okay.
Which sounds pretentious
so
as
you
fuck,
know nothing.
by the way.
So you know nothing is what you're saying?
Unless I'm in it.
Oh. He said, if it ain't about me, I ain't never heard of it. If I want the lead in it, I ain't never seen it. Like, all right.
Like, okay, there are some plays out there I've read just because I had to, or like trying to get monologues. I just read Brother Size, and that's an amazing play.
Brother what?
Brother Size.
I've never heard of
It's
that.
like a story of these two brothers and like this other guy. I'm about to butcher the synopsis of this story, but just know it's really good. It's got really good monologues.
Who's it by? All right.
I'm so sorry. But that's why I'm not a theater kid. I just do theater. But I know the character's name.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. Ogun Size, Ochusi Size, and then Elegba. Those are the characters.
I'm gonna have to fact check that.
Yeah, I swear. Fact check it. It's gonna be true. I just read it like 2 days ago. It's gonna be true.
Okay.
I promise you.
Got it.
Yeah.
Good.
I promise you.
What's your favorite play? Do you have a favorite play? I know you don't read them, but like, what's your favorite one?
I do read. Yeah, read the plays that I'm in.
Yeah. Okay.
My favorite play.
You better name a play you were in.
I'm actually not. Right, swear to God. It's a play called Clydes. I could never be in that play until I'm like 50.
I feel like I've heard of that, but I don't think I. Who's it by?
No. I know this. I know this one. It is by. It's not Dominic Morrison.
It's not.
It's
that I know.
This is embarrassing. Susan Laurie Parks. Yeah, for those of you listening, it's by Lynn Nottage, not Susan Laurie Parks, but you probably knew that. I'm so sorry. Okay, carry on.
Okay.
Susan Laurie Parks.
Yes.
It is pretty much about this sandwich shop that takes in, I believe, ex-convicts, and allows them to like earn income because nowhere else is going to hire them.
That's actually dope.
It is an amazing show, and like they make food in real time.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's dope.
It is one of the coolest pieces of theater I've ever seen in my fucking life, and the actors were insane. I saw it in 2023 at Studio Theater in DC. Those actors were amazing. But also Top Dog Underdog.
Okay.
Because I saw it in Maryland. I saw it at Roundhouse back last summer. Mm-hmm. That is probably some of the best acting I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
That is probably some of the best, at least theater-wise, some of the best acting I've ever seen in my life.
I say it's one of the best acting I've ever seen in my life, theater-wise. When I saw Ain't No Mo at Willie Mammoth.
You saw Ain't No Mo?
Yes, I did.
At
that
Willie?
changed my life.
When did you come to see that?
My life. It was a while ago. Yeah, I had to be like sophomore. I had to be a sophomore.
Really?
Yeah, I saw that shit. It was so good. Like, and I also just, it reminds me so much of why I like Black theater specifically, because of how interactive it is. Like, just, and they also welcome that. Because I will say, like, obviously there's audience etiquette too, but it's like there's, in most pieces, people expect you to sit there and just kind of like enjoy and take in.
So boring.
And it's boring.
So boring.
Sometimes I want to be like, oh, no, what? Oh, okay. Like,
as actors, we love that.
And like actors love that, but the thing is, like, then you'll look in the audience and everybody's like, why is she laughing so hard?
Yeah, like, because it's funny.
Are you kidding? It's funny. Like,
Yeah.
and like that's the joy of it too. Because like when I did like certain like monologue competitions, I did one in Atlanta for Atlanta Black Theater Festival, and
like you won it every time.
Sometimes, yeah.
Whatever. No, you won. You won each time, right?
Okay, yeah. I won in 3, so
like
not...
first place, right?
Huh?
First place?
That was first place, yeah.
And then second time you got first place?
Yeah. But,
and then you did it a third time?
Well, the first time I did it, I got third place, and then I got at Black Theater Network, and then first place at Black Theater Network again, and then first place at Atlanta Black Theater Festival.
Okay, so you were always in the top 3 at least?
Yeah.
Just thought I'd put that on wax.
Just, okay.
Go.
Whatever. You know, what can I say? I try my best. Right. But like that one specifically, like, I did a monologue that was written recently. It involved COVID, so I know it had to be like a written, but they didn't give you like, they gave you certain monologues to do. So it wasn't like you chose your own. So they gave you a list of them, and I read the monologue, and like the part of it is that like the beginning monologue has like a callback to like, don't push me, 'cause I'm close to that song, right? And I'm like singing it kind of like out as part of the monologue.
Whatever is expected of me, I'm on top of it. But don't push me. Wait, how does this song go? 'Cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
They started singing it.
They started singing with me, bro. Like, they started singing with me. Like, that... Like, it just gets me in a way that, like, and even watching that, like, clip back, that footage back, there's so much, like, stuff that I would say that maybe that character said that was, like, out of pocket. Somebody's like, oh, okay. Yeah. Like, it fuels you in a different type of way. And so that's why I love performing for Black people. I love performing with Black people. I love performing Black art. Like, and that is, and it's a different experience. And I think that's why I like Step so much. Because that is the only other place where I feel like it's adjacent to that same energy. And so then it was like, okay, my passion is acting. Yeah. How can I get that same feeling outside of that that little bubble where it's like everyone that you're pouring your heart out and everyone's just like sitting there looking back at you. Like, where can that camaraderie? Because like the thing is, like, that monologue, it had some funny elements, but it also was dramatic, and it was like heartfelt, and even like people are like, oh, like. And you can hear that, like, that audibly, like, that audible, like, I'm connected with you. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I'm here with you. Like, and I'm not afraid to let you know it because I got your back. Yeah. Like, so when you sing that song, I'm singing with you because I got your back. And that's a different type of, like, audience experience, I feel. Yeah. So it's more supportive. And obviously there was a competitive environment, so people want to support you in that way, too. But, like, I've had experiences like that a lot more in high school where there's a lot more camaraderie, I guess, audience wise, but also we were kids, but also like Black kids.
And you're gonna get that support when your family come out.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Like, yeah, and I love a good, like, interactive, like, I have a friend, her name is Kristen, amazing actress, an amazing singer too. You can go to see a theater show with her and she's going to respond. It could be the classiest theater proper etiquette and she's going to respond. And I find it hilarious because she doesn't. I love it.
And the thing is, for me, like, I might not like always say something, but I'm always gonna laugh. Like, and I'm gonna laugh like for whatever I feel like it was worth. Yeah. If that thing was funny, I'm laughing into the next joke. Like, I'm weak. You
just don't understand. Like,
and y'all don't get it.
Y'all don't get it.
But the thing is, I've gotten looks. Like, I've gotten people, or even like sometimes I would be with certain people, like seeing the show, and they'd be like, "Girl, why are you?" It's funny. It's funny. Stop playing with me. Laugh. Live a little. Like, that's what live theater is supposed to be about. Yeah. Now, obviously, we on set. You know what I mean? They say quiet on set and you cracking up. Like that's a different vibe. It's a different experience. But like,
but I feel like it comes from people who have never actually been on stage. Well, maybe not everyone. Some people who go and they've been on stage, they're just like, I am going to be proper. But I think a lot of it comes from like the older people who go see theater. And they're just like, I'm going to sit here, I'm going to take this in, I'm going to digest it. It's going to be the most profound thing I've ever seen in my life. And I'm not going to laugh a single bit because this is art. I'm like, oh my God.
And you're right. Or if you just like never gone to church. Like, I feel like there's that disconnect too, where it's like, and I'm not even saying you have to be religious, because like I'm not really either, but I'm like but I know what that callback is like, where like when the choir is singing, y'all are up and y'all singing with them, like, and like not only that, y'all are clapping, y'all are laughing. Anytime the pastor tells a joke, you're laughing. You're saying amen after every sentence, amen
after every word,
amen, hallelujah,
amen.
Like every sentence, and like there's something magnetic about that. Yeah. And obviously that's a different type of like spirit in the room. Like there's the Holy Spirit in that room. But I'm like, it can exist, that type of camaraderie can exist elsewhere. Yeah. I'm like, same way with like concerts. Like I'm gonna be singing at this concert. You think I'm not gonna be singing at this concert? Stop playing with me.
Like live perform. Well, I think it's like, it's weird. I think recently I heard a note. I was doing an ASM job and I heard a note from a director. I was like, oh wow, never thought of that. So how we said actors love when the audience responds. Right. However, I think actors have a tendency to then go too far. Like they feed off the energy too much that they lose what they have been doing. And I I was ASMing, so like I was behind the stage and the audience was giving them great energy. Right. But even I could tell that like they were doing a lot on stage. Like they were doing a lot. And I was like, y'all really loud. Like y'all, there's no levels anymore. Y'all are just, and the director was like, I'm getting caricatures. I'm no longer getting characters. I'm like, oh shit. So I just like wrote it down. Yeah. I was like, because I have a tendency to do that too. Like when I'm getting the energy, I will spice up a moment that I didn't do the other performance. No. I will. And nothing crazy. It's nothing crazy, but it was like, I will like, I will take it a bit further. But then I think that means you're now making it about you and no longer about the story. Right. And I'm like, oh wow, that's a really good note. There's just a lot of notes. Have you gotten a note or like even overheard a note where you're like, oh, I'm taking that forever?
In this moment, no notes come to my head. No. I'm not gonna act like I ain't got no notes before, y'all. I get notes. Don't get me wrong. The only one that I can think of right now is, and I don't know if this is like actually the answer to the question, but I'm gonna share just because I feel like it wasn't an important moment for me. I was in the Wolves, right? So I love how in the beginning of this podcast I was like, I don't do soccer no more. I did soccer on stage. That's the only time you'll see me do soccer is on that stage. Now,
fun fact, when you posted those pictures, I thought you were part of a soccer team.
Yes, so many people on my Instagram was like, "Oh, I thought you was on a team." Like,
I legit thought you were like.
In the caption, I say, "Come see Shenandoah Conservatory's production of The Wolves."
I just saw the picture. I was like, "Oh,
and
damn.
You think I'm on a soccer team?"
I thought you were, because it looked really fucking official.
They actually it was a good ass idea. Like, I don't remember who came up with that, but we were like, we got to take soccer pictures. We're a team. We got to take team pictures.
It looked so official.
It was everything. It was also cold though that day. That day was freezing.
Oh, when y'all took it outside?
Below, like it was freezing outside, and we were wearing them shorts and it was awful. But like it was a good experience because we got them pictures. Heard. But during that process, I don't know if you know the show at all, but like each person kind of has like a kind of like some sort of kind of quality about them that kind of make them who they are. And my character was the comedic relief character. And so like throughout most of the show I'm making jokes and I'm telling jokes and but for me also, and I think it began as something also to kind of create the camaraderie in the group. So like I'd make a joke, I'd laugh and be like, and like and kind of create that like bond between us, and that would get other people to laugh more. And so we're having like more camaraderie, but like I would do that for every single joke. So like every single joke I find myself like laughing at my own joke as the character. And so like the director was just like, I just feel like, I mean, I don't know if you need to do that like all the time, like, and I took that so personally because I'm like, I do that in life. I laugh at everything I say. I'm the funniest girl I know. So I'm like, when I hear that, I was like, oh, well, I guess I'll never laugh again. Like, and when I tell you, I came to rehearsal the next day, I was like, bet, got you. I sat there and they were like, Chelsea, you okay? I'm like, I'm good. I'm just ready to start.
That's
yeah, I was wilding, really. But like, I got on the stage and like every single joke I told, I did not laugh once. When I tell you, like, I literally, there was no laughter, at least coming from me. Like, the characters around me would still laugh, but I was just like, I'm gonna tell this joke.
That's it.
And that was it every time. And the reason why I feel like it was a good learning moment is that, like, after we're getting notes and she's like, I don't think anyone has ever taken a note better than Chelsea in this moment. Like, and so she made it a thing, but she was like, I understand that you were pushing it, but like it changed the show. And it changed it for like, we could hear really what was going on be underneath the jokes versus it being about your character being making funny.
Yeah.
It's like we can hear what these jokes actually like symbolize within the story. And so, and then she was just like, you can laugh at yourself sometimes, but like you have to like kind of pick those moments where like you want this joke to be like, ha ha ha, but there's some jokes where you're like, it was funny. And like, you know, it's funny, so you don't have to laugh. And so that also helps in life where like sometimes and I used to do that a lot more now, but like sometimes I will just say something, I know it's funny, and you're laughing, and I'm like, yeah. Okay. Yep, I bet.
That's fair. That's
like,
fair.
So I don't know if that was the most profound thing, but I think it just helped me like, one, I think because I was so doubtful to take it. And so, but the thing is for me, I'm always going to take the note, but I think how it hits me the first time I hear it changed after that. Because I was so against it. Yeah. And I was so like, oh my God, now I got to do this. Yeah. I do it and it changes the show. Yeah. And makes the show better. So it's like, it's one of those things where just take the note. Yeah. I think the best note that I got was to take the note.
Yeah, like get rid of the ego.
Because I was like, I'm doing it. I felt like I was doing it right. But the thing is, I can't see it, what it looks like. And I also can't see what it looks like in the grander scheme of the whole show. So if right now she's saying that this might change something, it might not be like, okay, you're doing a bad job. It's just, no, like I need to feel different after I see the show. And I need this audience to take this away from the show. And it's not about you. And it's like, you're doing great. It's just like, I need this from the show. Yeah. And I know if you change this thing, I can get this from the show. So.
That brings me to a good question. It's back on you. Speaking of directors, for One Shot of Espresso.
Hey, what's our time?
It's late.
Yeah, no shit. What's our actual time?
What difference does it make, Leo?
I need to know how fast I can speed, dog. Look.
All I can say is, once we're in the car, your foot does not come off that gas until we're in the parking lot. And even then, we're gonna call that shit a rolling park. Exactly.
What was it like sitting down, looking at the monitor and like seeing it like all happen? Like, what was that experience like?
Yeah, honestly, it was really dope. And I think like, obviously we took 2 days to work on it and we had that planning day, but like we didn't get much done. Realistically.
Yes, we did.
We got a lot done, but we didn't get everything done.
Yeah.
So like, and then also we didn't have all the pieces there because Brian wasn't there yet. Who's our cinematographer, and like shout out Brian. But we weren't able to like really get the camera in there and figure out how we're gonna do everything. Yeah. And so like I remember like, you know, like holding the iPhone and just kind of walking through some stuff and trying to figure out like what we want it to look like. And so finally being able to like kind of sit back on it and like after we've gone through all the movements and we've rehearsed everything and just being like, wow, it's happening. Look at me looking at this monitor. It's happening. Like I don't know. I think it's one of those moments where it's like dreams come to fruition and you're just like, that was a thought in my head. I didn't even think that would work. And look at it. Look at it. I'm looking at it right now. It's a thought in my head. Yes. Like it was iconic.
No, that was context. That was Chelsea's first directing thing, at least for camera,
film,
right?
Yeah. Well, I was assistant directed something before, but like not like to the capacity of this. And yeah. And I was never sole director.
Killed it.
Thank you. Thank you.
But no, that was because I've always just been curious, like, because I'm trying to change it, but I've never directed something that I'm not in. because of just like circumstance or like something like we decide to do, like Pipeline.
Yeah.
But like just being on the outside of it, like what it's like to see it like in a bigger scheme. Because like there were some things where I'm like, bro, I'm only focused on like getting up these steps or like getting this toast out of here.
Right.
But like you're seeing like a whole bunch of different things.
And it was very much a team effort too, because like I have an untrained film eye too, so like there was a lot of stuff that like Alex, shout out Alex would be like, all right, yeah, you see that reflection in the microwave, like we gotta do something about it. I'm like, oh, I didn't even see it. All right, thank you, Alex. Like, or like things like that would kind of be something that an obstacle that we might have to like overcome. There were some things that I was able to like to see and decipher myself, but like having the other eyes on it too also helped that.
Yeah.
But I will say, like, to your point about like not directing anything that you were in or haven't done that yet, I say it's beneficial in the sense that like I only had to worry about what it looked like on the outside, and I struggle with the concept of like doing both. Yeah. And I know, and you've been successful at it. I don't think you should do it again. I think you should.
I agree.
I think it's really important to be able to like, I guess, separate it, especially because like as we're going along, the projects are only getting more and more ambitious. And so like what I hear next is the feature length film. You're like, I'm gonna be the lead in this, and I'm gonna direct the feature length. So I think we're gonna work it like. And
promise
it's just,
you
like,
that's not happening.
And it's just good. Good. Like, no. And not because and the thing is, it's like I think we all have the capacity to do these things in like at different times, but I think it gets so overwhelming, the pressure of like actually being on set and having a clock, and it's like, okay, we have this amount of time to get this scene done, or we can't do it. Like, especially with one shot where we were focusing so much on the sun and the daylight, and like we were like, there was so many windows and where we were shooting, and so like there was so much light shooting in, and we needed to kind of cast a certain time of day, as in like they just woken up and they're late for work, so it's like the sun has to be at like, you know, on this part of the, like, because like obviously we're gonna know it's 4 p.m. if the sun's on this side, like, you know what I mean? And like we also had to catch up with the daylight. Oh, it's getting dark out here, it's getting dark, so we need to finish this outside scene before it gets dark, like, you know, that type of stuff. And like I think if I was also in it, I would have been like, wait, what are my lines? Okay, wait, okay, let's set up this. Okay, wait, what are my lines again? Like, it just would have been, I think, too overwhelming. And not to say that it's not impossible. I just think like people are able to do their best work when they're focused on their job and their job only, when they're not like overwhelmed with so many responsibilities. Like I think it can be so overwhelming to try to get a really good product out of something. Because like, you know, when you stretch yourself, you know, you can only go so far. So you can only
go so far. And like, to that point, like, and this is why like I thank you, because when I asked you to do the pipeline scene.
Tell me you wasn't looking at her.
Oh my God, Jasmine, I wasn't looking at her. I wasn't looking at her.
So
Jasmine, I wasn't looking at her. She ain't that
cute.
Fuck it, I was kind of looking at her.
What?
Just like a little bit.
What's a little bit?
Like modestly, with no intentions. Just observing.
What you got to be observing for?
Like you were already like, I just needed to give you the vision. Like this is what we're doing. This is gonna be play turned movie. But like you just jumped on it immediately. Like you were already familiar with the character. You already had the acting skills to pull it off. So like it wasn't even so much about directing you for Pipeline. It was more so directing the shots. Yeah. And being like, okay, we need this shot because it needs to tell this thing in this like part of the story.
Right. And even that, like Brian was also shout out Brian.
Oh my
shout
Brian.
out Brian, bro.
On it. Like there's
I don't know.
Not a single shot in that where I'm like, Brian, what the hell? It's like, Brian, what the hell? How the fuck did you like do that? And I think the one shot where I'm like, there was a few shots where I'm like, I'm not budging on this. This has to happen. Yeah. Please,
let's make it work.
It was the opening shot when I opened the door, because I took that from Liam. Shout out Liam. He was also Liam. The scene with you and Matt where Brian for a split second got, I think, you right through his arm.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm stealing that.
Oh yeah, because it was iconic.
It was a great shot, and so I stole that for the opening shot. I'm like, I need that. I'm not budging. And then the other shot where I was like, the other two where I'm like, I'm not budging, was when you're at the dresser and I come up behind you, and then the one where we're laying down. Those ones.
And I think the one where we're laying down is actually the dopest shot ever, because I love this overhead, but I also like just my face, like right here, because you know it's angled, and so we're getting a different perspective of like what she feels, but also because they're so distant from each other, you get to see how she thinks about it without his actual like eyes on her. So she's hearing these things and like she's experiencing things, but like not letting him out. I don't know. I loved it. Like it's like, okay, it's like her own little secret. Like,
Yeah.
And we're able to tell those secrets based on like where the shots are. It was dope.
It was it was horrendously stressful. It was horrendous. Like it was maybe for like the first 30 minutes I was like, oh fuck, I threw myself in the deep end.
And I think more so just because when you see a scene and you're like, oh, it's only like 7 pages. To shoot it,
That's like
3 hours. Like 3 hours.
We went overtime, and
I
was like, "Fuck!" But like, everyone was really understanding. Everyone was like, there for
which
it,
is good.
It was honestly a highlight of 2023 for me.
Yeah,
it was like I remember coming back home and being like, "What the fuck?" Like we did that shit.
Oh, it was awesome. Like I just was like, I think at that time, I had already kind of pulled myself out of like the idea that the school could kind of do more to kind of curate more opportunities. And so it was like, wow, look at us creating some things for ourselves. And I'm like, that's like the root of it. That's like the root of like, how do you build a career too, is just like how many things can you do to kind of prove to other people that you're able to do it before they let you do it yourself, you know?
Exactly.
And so like, I know that as we keep working and we keep growing, it's like, okay, we'll have these things that like, we can be like, well, I can do this here. I did it here, and I did it here, and I did it here, all before we're able to be like, all right, need my Netflix movie now.
Yeah, like it's a voice actor, Troy Baker. He's not the first person to say this, but he said that necessity is the mother of innovation.
Yeah.
And I think me making all these things like One Shot, Pipeline, A Night to Remember, even the stuff that I'm like currently working on, I think it came from me getting tired of waiting
for that audition,
for the audition or that casting director to be like, oh yeah, no, like, yeah, I like you, like when I could just do it myself.
Well, I guess to that point, this is I haven't asked you like a real formal question yet, but what do you think your career looks like? What are some things you actually really want to accomplish? Because this is a time capsule of sorts, and hopefully, when we get our actors on actors, we look at this and we're like, oh my gosh,
we did.
Look at us, we did all of these things. But name them, put them out in the air.
Our manifestation hour. I think there's. I want to do it all. I want to do voiceover. I want to do film. I want to do theater. I think for me, for 2025, because I'm currently in grad school. Not even for theater. I'm in grad school for psychology. I'm
not hating on psychology, y'all. Like, that's important. But he needs to be an actor. Like,
yeah, and that's why I'm not gonna stop. Like, that's why I've like started already making my own things. But I think for me, this year, 2024, I did so much film. Like, I think I did like 3-4 different pieces of film. And for me, I love film, but I miss theater so much. I want to get cast in a theater show so bad this year. It's not even funny. Like 2025, I want to get cast in theater. But I think like just overall the grand scheme, I want to keep getting booked for voiceover. I would love to do another animation in the same vein of the Everything Is Okay show.
Hello? Where am I?
Everybody say it with me. You are dead!
What is going on? How do you know my name?
Yes.
For movies, I think because of where we are, we just have to keep making our own shit. But I really do want to just like keep making stuff, keep bringing people on, keep meeting really cool indie filmmakers, because indie filmmakers are like honestly the foundation of the film industry, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
And no, I'm gonna save that last part for another one. That's gonna be a different question. But yeah, that's what I wanted. My career, I pretty much want it to be like a really even split of like helping make other people's art, getting cast, and making my own.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you?
That's kind of the same. I have an agent right now, and I'm just like, I must be booked once this year.
Yeah.
And again and again.
It's gonna keep going.
Please. But like, I think I need to do my breakout starting role, and maybe not like a breakout in that sense, but at least like my first role that'll get me to cross that barrier of the industry and like know people in that vein of that space, like that real TV film community. You know, like, because I've never worked in that capacity before, and so like I know like they probably see my audition tape and they're like, who is this bitch? I've never seen her in my life. And with that, I'm like, I'm Chelsea, like, Chelsea, you know me, like, it's me, like, and like they're like, I don't know. And so like, but like I hopefully, if I'm able to get just one starting point, I can branch off from there. And that's my main goal, like release right now to like this year. But in the future, like I want to do blockbuster movies, bro. Like I want, like, I just want to do stuff that's really impactful, stuff that makes people feel good, makes people laugh, makes people cry, all of that stuff that just has like some meat to it, some, I guess, I don't know, it's just stuff that's like important to the world in some regard, even if it is just something silly and fun, like, because that's important too. And I think people like sleep on like comedy and silly comedy, like, because like that is like, that's what gets me out of bed, like that made me laugh, so now I can have a good day, like but I also like, a dream is like a series regular on like a I want to do a sitcom like so bad.
I want to be on Abbott so bad, I'm not gonna lie to you.
You think I wouldn't pay to be on Abbott?
I would pay so much money.
I'd pay so much money to be on Abbott. I'd be like, put me in the background, please.
Like
anything, bro, like anything, like I don't know. And it's stuff like that, or even if not Abbott, like Quinta Brunson's next show, please, thank you. I can play her daughter, everyone, her sister, guys, anyone, anything, please. I really am like, but sitcom is like, I would love to do it, and I hope it like just revitalizes itself in a different way too, because like they were obviously so iconic back in the 90s and 80s and 70s and stuff like that, but like now it's kind of like they faded, like,
especially the black comedies and black sitcoms.
Yeah, and they exist though, like Papa's House with the like Wayans brothers, like David Wayans and David Wayans Jr., and there's the Upshaws and stuff like that. What is that? Family Reunion? Yeah, with Tia Mowry. It was on Netflix. Oh, wow. Yeah, it was a sitcom too, where I'm like, that's what I want that. Yeah. Give it to me.
Like in the vein of like Girlfriends and Moesha.
Like something, like, and the Parkers. Yeah. I love the Parkers. One-on-one. That's the best theme song of any sitcom. You can't actually, like, do you even know what it sounds like? I can't sing that shit, so you really gotta rack your brain.
No, I'm thinking.
Name something better, bro.
I don't know if Martin is necessarily better.
No. Theme song?
It's catchy as fuck.
That's not even, it got one lyric.
But it's catchy. I'm the man.
That ain't, nah, you ain't
I have to hear the one-on-one theme song again, because I don't remember.
I'm gonna play that for you. Insert that. No, I don't know. How long we been talking?
I don't even know.
But I was like, I just wanted to ask that because I feel like that's a good little like look back. Yeah. Call back.
Fair. Because we've been talking for a while. If this is manifestation hour, like one final question for the both of us. I'll let you go first. And you can name as many as you want. 10 limit. Okay. I lied. 10 limit. Okay. Who are you dying at some point in your career to work with?
Viola Davis.
Okay.
And honestly, like, if I work with no one else but Viola Davis, I'll be okay with life. Like, I think she is the epitome of acting right now today. Yeah. She is phenomenal. That's all. Like, that's all. No, I'm kidding. That's my like that's number one. That's peak. Yeah. Like, I think the day I meet her, I can be done with this stuff. Like, I don't have to do that again. Like, I'll go work back at Ross. Like because it's complete after that. Like, if we worked on a movie or a TV show or something like that together, it's done. It's done. You know, honestly, peak Viola Davis in a play. Me and Viola Davis in a play. I don't know what play. Somebody write it, please.
Oh yeah.
But like that is like that would be everything to me. Yeah. I also really want to meet Gabrielle Union or work with Gabrielle Union.
You do love you some Gabrielle.
I do. And specifically because she is the reason why I was in I used her monologue to get into high school, my theater program in high
really?
school. Yeah, I didn't know at the time you shouldn't do a play. Like I was like, oh, I'm gonna do this movie monologue, and like I did her monologue from Deliver Us from Eva, and that monologue is the only reason I'm in this school. Like I'm gotten this career path is because I'm like, okay, well I got into that school, and being in high school, it changed my life and changed my trajectory. I knew I wanted to do acting after experiencing what I've experienced in high school, because it was such like a warm, loving environment, and like they cultivated me to be like well, you can do this. You know what I mean? And so from there I was like, yeah. So I'm just like, I feel like I just even getting a moment to be like, thank you for doing this role and playing that, because like that was what impacted me in the future.
Right.
Go ahead, throw Denzel in there too. I'm being real ambitious. This is manifestation hour. Yeah. This is at the peak of what it could be. Like if I'm gonna, like, if we're talking, I'm like, I'm going up there.
Go for it.
Yeah. I work with Spike Lee.
Fuck yeah.
I work with Spike Lee. I think we, like, I don't even have to explain it. Y'all know why. I'm not gonna lie to you. A lot of these people are gonna be black. Like
I'm cool with that.
It might be, all these people might be black.
Heard.
And I think because I think that black people are amazing. Like they are. Issa Rae. Even acting alongside, or even just being in a show that she produced, like whatever. Keke Palmer. Okay. I would love to be in a show on her Key TV network. Okay. She has so much content out, and she is actually one of the people that I feel like are underrated in the fact that in the amount of content that she puts out.
And she's been doing this forever.
She produces so much shit. And it's stuff that she's funding and she's getting writers, and she's giving people work for that stuff. It's not like through another network. It's through her own network. It's on YouTube. I mean, it's so accessible. She's awesome.
Yeah, I love Keke Palmer.
Jordan Peele.
Oh, fuck. You're literally taking
maybe I am. But I would love to be in a thriller. That is my secret shame. My guilty pleasure. That's what I would eat down. I want that. And then Taraji P. Henson. Oh, Taraji P. Henson.
Is that 8 or 9?
I don't know. I don't give a fuck. Taraji P. Henson on the list. I don't care what number. Right. Yeah, she's awesome, bro. And then Angela Bassett. Yeah. Angela Bassett did the thing. She did the thing.
No, Angela, she is insane. She's insane.
You playing with me? Jesus Christ, that woman is too good. And I think that's all I can come up with at this moment in time. But also, I'll be blessed to cross paths with anyone who is bringing positive energy and is willing to help me in my career and I guess impart that wisdom on me and and get me to a different level than I was before. Yeah. So even if they are white, I have nothing against white people.
Disclaimer. Damn, that was a solid ass list. Yeah. I'm gonna try not to repeat anyone you said.
No, you can repeat them.
I think I'm gonna have to break it up into voiceover, film, and theater. I guess for voiceover, I want to work with Zeno Robinson so bad. He's been hot on the scene for years, but really blew up in 2020.
What are some really big? Because I'm not too into the voiceover community.
He started off, his very first role was in Ben 10.
Oh, really?
He's played Cyborg in some animated Teen Titan stuff. He's played Hawks in My Hero. He's big in the anime scene. He played Junpei in Persona 3. He's played a lot of characters. He's deep in it.
That's dope, though. I
want to work with Johnny Ambash. He's my voice acting hero.
Okay.
I grew up imitating him. And I kind of got my beginning acting style. If you listen to very, 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 very beginning acting things I did, there's this certain way I'm talking because I'm trying to sound like him.
That's real. That's real.
Miley Flanagan, she's voicing Naruto. She's an icon to me. Mm-hmm. There's so many. There's literally so many. Troy Baker. If we're shooting for the moon, we gotta shoot for the moon. Yeah. I want to work with Troy Baker. That man is an insane talent. Laura Bailey. I'm gonna stop. There's tons more, but that's for voiceover.
Voiceover, yeah.
For theater, besides my friends, I want to work with.
Also my friends. I also want to work with y'all too.
Also-
Don't like.
Because we're all gonna make it.
Oh yeah, no, we all up there.
We're all up there, and I'm gonna bring us.
Oh yeah, 100%.
There's I don't know if you know her. She's heavy in DC. Billy Krishan. She's
No,
like a
I don't
heavy
think I know.
DMV theater actress. She does, I think, everything, but like heavy in theater. I want to work with her so bad. It's not even funny. She is such a talented black actress, and it's like, I just want to sit down with her and just be like, how do you do it? Another amazing actor I want to work with, Jefferson. His name is Jefferson, and he was a professor at my school for a little bit. He played Xavier in Pipeline, and he came back to help us when we did Pipeline.
And he looking at me, but also through me. I don't want to talk about it, because all I'm thinking about is you. How I haven't seen you in a minute, but I get this check on time, like it's automated, like the bank sends it to me. And I just wanted to know, do you even mail it? Like, is it even personal to you? Or is it robotic routine and responsibility?
And like, he's good. He's so good.
That's real.
Deirdre Starnes. She's amazing. She was also my professor. I want to work with her one day.
That's dope.
My boy, this might be like a long shot, but he's really cool, and I think he's an amazing actor. Ethan Miller. He's like young. He's like our age, but he's like insanely talented and is always working.
Oh wow.
I want to work with him so bad.
That's dope.
A fifth person, I can't think of anyone off the top of my head right now, but there's someone out there. Film, Quinta Brunson, Michael B. Jordan,
Obviously. Yes.
Ryan Coogler, Denzel Washington, if I catch him before he retires.
Please God, I gotta catch Zendaya before she retired too.
Zendaya?
Yes.
I think she's still got at least another 10 years.
Both her and Tom said, when I have my baby, I'm leaving.
I thought it was just Tom.
Both of them.
Zendaya?
Both of them.
She good.
So I gotta be famous when she have a baby, bro.
But they're engaged, so it's on the way.
Oh God. God.
And then I think if I just have to cap it off with like one more, because you took like all the answers.
First of all, you have 15 at this point. You have like two more.
I don't know what you're talking about. One more actor. I'm like, I have to. Corey Hawkins.
That's real.
He is one of the most underrated people in Hollywood, in my opinion.
That's real.
I think he is insane.
He's dope.
Like, I haven't seen The Piano Lesson yet.
I have to watch that too. I do have to watch it.
But I saw him in Straight Outta Compton for the first time. That was the first time I saw him.
Yeah.
And then he did Top Dog Underdog, which is like a dream play for me to do.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, so he must be like him. He has to be him.
He's him.
Like, I want to work on him so bad. But those are my like 20,000 people that I named.
That's real.
Manifestation.
Manifestation. And that's the actor's real.
That is the actor's real.
And you know what? Let me clap it on.